Hello, welcome to Bloom Art by SW. I'm Shahnaz, some people call me Shaz, but I don't mind. This is day 7 of how to paint on black watercolour paper. I'm using this little pad that I bought from Brighton from Cass Art. About a month ago I think I got it. I've been painting these, some leaves, some flowers, and if you're a beginner you can do all of these. I've got tutorials on all of these, easy to follow step-by-step guides. I'll pop the link in the description so you can have a look and see if you want to have a go yourself. So I've been, in fact I'll just quickly show you, I've been practicing some koi fish and I drew these, and I used the normal Winsor and Newton paints on these, but I drew these ones. And then these ones I didn't draw them, I just did them loose. That's how I understand loose painting. You don't draw them, you just literally you literally paint straight onto the paper. And that's what I'm going to be doing for you today. Painting straight onto black watercolour paper. And I've got my paper ready. So I actually did a goldfish the other week. When I did the painting of the koi fish, I got a comment from someone saying, can I paint a goldfish tutorial? So I did that. So I will leave that in the description box as well, just in case you wanted to have a look at that. So yeah, I've got my paper ready. I'm going to carry on using the Winsor and Newton Cotman range, the metallic ones. They have been coming up really nice on this black watercolour paper. So the koi fish that I'm going to be painting, I'm going to do the same, use the same paints, and I'm going to use the white. So here we go. So what I've noticed as well with the metallic paints, you do seem to have to use quite a lot of pigment. I'm not quite sure why that is, but I've got a bit of fluff on my fingers. Oh no, it's on the paper. One sec. There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, you have to use quite a bit of the pigment, and I'm going to keep it quite watery. And so I'm going to use this as a reference. So I've kept my sketchbook open, and we're just going to try and do a few sweeps using the brush stroke, and we're going to use the brush stroke to create the shape of the fish like that. And then I'm just going to move the paint around just to get the shape that I want. I don't want to do it too much. I was hoping to try and do it in one swift movement, but I'm having to just create the shape a bit more. But I'm pleased with that shape. And then you've got the tail. So I'm just going to, again, try and do it in a quick sweep. That's gone a bit bigger than I would have liked, but still, that's fine. It works. I'm happy with that. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overdo the paintwork. I'm using this little tiny brush that came with the Cotman range. And I'm going to use it to add this copper colour to create the extra colours that we can see in the koi fish. I'm calling it a copper colour, I'm just checking. Yes, it is. It's like a bronze copper colour, it says on the box. So I'm going to add it to the body. Okay, so it doesn't seem to bleed like the normal Winsor and Newton range. Even though I've got the paint quite watery, it's not bleeding like I was expecting it to bleed. For some reason I thought if I kept the white quite watery and then add on another colour, I thought it would bleed and you get that bleed technique, but that doesn't seem to have worked. So, conclusion, the bleeding technique does not work with the metallic range of paints. Yes, it looks nice on black watercolour paper, but you don't get the bleed. So on here, when I did this, I put quite a bit of water down and then added an orange colour and a little bit of yellow as well, and kept some of the white, and that's how I got that effect. That doesn't seem to be happening here. Having said that, it still looks really nice, like I say, and I'm just going to move the paint around a little bit, use a slightly different technique, just dabbing it with my brush really, just to get a bit of colour everywhere. Okay, so I'm just looking at my sketchbook just to see what I need to do next, which is the fins, which is the 4 little fins. So I'm just going to mix up a bit more white. There we go. I'm not using a lot of water now, and it actually looks, the white looks quite bright now, so maybe I shouldn't have added so much water. So let me do the other fins. Yeah, it looks really nice. Let me just get the smaller ones. There we go. And then they've also got these little, obviously they've got eyes on the side, and then they've got like whiskers on the front. So I'm just going to create that. Oh, there we go. It's really looking like a koi fish now. Let me know in the comments what you think as well. I am on Instagram. If you want to show me pictures, tag me at Bloom Art by SW and show me what you've done. I'd love to see your work as well. And let me know in the comments what you think to metallic paint. Have you used them? Are you going to try them? Are you going to try black watercolour paper or avoid it? So I'm just going to get ready to do the second one. And again, I'm just going to try and do the sweep and do it in one motion. I'm probably going to have to do 2 sweeps like this. And then the other one. Okay, this is going to be a fat koi fish. That's going to be a bit bigger than what I would have liked. This is good. Painting does not always go the way you'd like. This is called learning and developing and giving yourself feedback on what you think to your own work. This is good. So I need to do the fins and the tail. So the tail, this paper, the white paper in the sketchbook, is bigger than the black. So I'm going to go up here to do the tail. I'm going to put the tail up this way. And I'm just going to add a bit more white as well. So I haven't done this as watery. I've tried to keep as much pigment as possible without keeping it as watery. I'm just going to try and shape it better into a koi fish. And I'm just going to add almost like a second layer. See, that does come up a bit brighter. And again, I'm just going to add a bit more. See, without doing so much water, it does definitely look a lot brighter. And now we know it's not going to bleed, but we still need to add that copper colour that you normally see on koi fish. And I'm just dabbing it around. I don't know if that's a proper technique, but I'm just moving the paint around using the dabbing technique. And I'm adding the fins now, the same way as on the other one. They seem to have these two sort of fins at the front of their heads and then slightly smaller ones at the back. Okay, that's gone a bit skew whiff. It's gone a bit funny. Okay, the eyes have gone a bit weird. The whiskers bit are okay. But it's fine. This is what I mean by practicing, having a go at things. I can make the mistakes and then hopefully you won't make the same mistake. But it doesn't really matter if you do make the mistake. It's all about the learning and just enjoying the process of painting. Hasn't quite gone to plan. The first fish, I think, I'm really pleased with that. The second one, okay, it's gone a bit funny. I might try and add on a second layer. I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.